again, going to work, falls down. Again, he's struggling. He's going to stay down there for
An Achilles tear used to be the worst injury in basketball. A true career killer. End of story. Kobe Bryant fought through it. Brandon Jennings was never the same. And players like DeMarcus Cousins saw their all-star careers collapse overnight. But today, Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, these players aren't just returning, they're returning fast. So what changed? How did one of the most devastating injuries in sports go from ending careers to something NBA stars now come back from in months? Let's break it down. For decades, a complete Achilles tendon rupture meant your career as you knew it was over. ESPN, SB Nation, and sports medicine experts have long described it as one of the most devastating injuries in basketball. The tendon absorbs massive forces, sprinting, jumping, stopping on a dime, and once it snaps, explosiveness is almost impossible to restore. Between the early 90s and the 2020s, more than 40 NBA players suffered Achilles tears, and many of them never fully returned to their old level. That wasn't just bad luck, it was the medical reality. To understand how far we've come, you have to look at some of the stars whose careers didn't survive these injuries. Before tearing his Achilles in January 2015, Brandon Jennings was having one of his best seasons. He averaged 15.4 points and 6.6 assists across 41 games for the Pistons. But after the injury, his effectiveness collapsed. The following season, he averaged just 6.8 points per game in Detroit before bouncing around the league. Within 2 seasons, he was out of the NBA entirely. Jennings' trajectory shows how the Achilles didn't just injure players, it stopped careers. Before tearing his Achilles in 2018, DeMarcus Cousins was putting up monster numbers. 25.2 points, 12.9 rebounds, 5.4 assists per game. He was one of the most dominant big men in basketball. But after the injury, the decline was steep. His mobility never fully returned, conditioning was a challenge, and recurring injuries piled up. His scoring and minutes dropped sharply. Cousins went from a franchise cornerstone to a journeyman center within a few seasons. His Achilles tear didn't just slow him down, it ended his prime. And finally, before the injury in April 2013, Kobe Bryant was still putting up superstar numbers: 27.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, 6 assists in the 2012-13 season. He was still an MVP-level player in his 17th season. But after the Achilles tear, everything changed. Kobe returned and had iconic moments, which still sends chills down my spine, but he never again reached the same explosiveness, efficiency, or durability. Even the great Kobe Bryant wasn't immune to how devastating this injury used to be. So, what makes this injury so catastrophic? The Achilles tendon connects your calf to your heel bone. When it tears, you lose your ability to generate explosive force. And according to a 2023 peer-reviewed study in sports medicine, the Achilles tendon withstands 8 to 10 times your body weight during sprinting. That is the kind of stress NBA players put on this tendon every single game. Historically, surgeries required large incisions, created heavy scar tissue, and resulted in long, difficult recoveries. Even when the tendon healed, the athlete rarely moved the same again. But today, things have changed drastically. But how are NBA players recovering so fast now? Modern NBA recovery looks nothing like it used to. Players now get minimally invasive Achilles surgery and internal brace systems that strengthen the repair and reduce scar tissue. Controlled tendon loading, which sports science shows helps the tendon heal stronger, not weaker. Teams track everything with force plates, motion capture, and detailed biomechanics analysis, adjusting rehab based on real-time data. And when you add daily physio, anti-gravity treadmills, PRP, and blood flow therapies, plus personalized nutrition, sleep, and movement programs, it's no surprise. Recovery times have been completely transformed. The combination of better surgery and smarter rehab is why today's stars are coming back faster and looking more like themselves than ever before. Kevin Durant tore his Achilles during the 2019 NBA Finals, an injury that used to end careers. But after missing just 1 season, he returned in Brooklyn, putting up MVP-level numbers, scoring efficiently, and still dominating games late. His comeback was arguably the first major sign that Achilles tears don't have to define a player anymore. Then there's Klay Thompson. He didn't just tear his Achilles, he tore his ACL the year before. Yet he returned in 2022, stepped right back into a major role, and helped the Warriors win another championship. 2 major injuries, 2 years away, and he still came back playing winning basketball. And now, Damian Lillard. After tearing his Achilles in April 2025, he was back on the court within 5 to 6 months, shooting jumpers and moving through on-court rehab drills. That kind of return-to-court timeline would have been unthinkable in past eras. These aren't exceptions anymore, they're part of a growing trend. Modern stars aren't just returning, they're returning faster and closer to their peak form than ever before. So, what does the future of Achilles injuries look like? Medical experts agree that true career-ending injuries are becoming rarer. Not because today's players are tougher, but because sports science is moving at a pace we've never seen before. Advances like regenerative treatments, tendon scaffolding, stem cell support, real-time load monitoring, and AI-driven injury prediction are already starting to reshape how teams manage player health. The goal isn't just to fix injuries anymore, it's to prevent them, or at the very least, catch them before they become catastrophic. We're heading toward a future where even the worst injuries in basketball may no longer close the door on a player's career. They'll still miss time, but they won't miss their prime. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this breakdown, please like the video and subscribe for more NBA deep dives. And I'll see you soon.